Welcome, ladies, to the Real Estate InvestHERs Show, providing inspiration, strategies, and insight to empower women investors to live balanced and financially free lives. Now, here are your co-hosts, Liz and Andresa.
Welcome back, ladies. This is Liz.
And this is Andresa.
Welcome back to the Real Estate InvestHERs Show, where we are on a mission. We always like to share to empower women to live a financially free and balanced life. Thank you for being on this journey. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining our community that's growing. And we're just grateful for you and grateful for you being part of this with us. So without further ado, we have a mini-sode, and once a month we do mini-sodes where myself or Andresa share a quick tip, strategy, something that's useful, hopefully,
Yes.
Within 10 minutes or less. And in the rest of the weeks, we interview some amazing rock star ladies about investing or time management or life management or whatever the topic is, but usually it's connected to our mission. So today, Andresa, what are we talking about?
So we're starting a new year, right? And many of us went through so many different things, in 2020, and we still carrying a lot of stuff and we feel stuck. So today we're going to talk about how can you overcome being stuck. So number one is, how do I know I am stuck? I can share with you my personal experience. I personally feel stuck when I'm not growing. When I feel that I'm just like, okay, more of the same. How about you, Liz? When do you feel stuck?
I'm not making a decision usually. It's usually like lack of decisions, and I'm belaboring what to do.
Right. So the first thing that I want to ask you is the same thing. How do you know you're stuck, first of all? What is the lack of what? For Liz was lack of making a decision. For me, lack of growth. So think about that. Number two, I will look into your body. Because take a minute and think. When you're hungry, your body will tell you, right? When you're cold, you're going to start shivering. When you're hot, you're going to start sweating. But when you are stuck, how do you know your body's telling you you're stuck? For me, is my energy level goes down, goes like super down. I am more tired. I'm not motivated. And then I was like, why? I'm eating well. I'm exercising. I'm like doing, what is it? So that's how my body tells me that I am not growing, right? So just pay attention to when do you know that's happening and how your body is telling you that. Number three is the myth. We all think that in order for us to feel good and just like super pumped, we need to do this huge change in our life, right? Oh, 2021, I just want to buy a 90 unit, 150 unit, whatever that is. That is big. And then we think, oh, when that happens, then I'm going to be good. And I'm telling you right now, that's a myth. Your brain doesn't know if my growth is this much or this much. What do I mean by that? My brain doesn't care if I am purchasing 150 units or if I am taking the step towards buying 150 units and making one phone call. The chemistry inside my body is the same. But we think, oh, I will only feel that I am growing once I complete that task. So we are always chasing something in the future. And then when we complete that task, and then we set up another higher goal, right? Because we are overachievers. And then we are chasing that. So our happiness, our way of being is always dependable of that goal, that final goal. And that is a myth. What I'm telling you right now is that if you take mini steps, right, which is my fourth step, mini, micro, tiny steps towards your goal. And hear me out. I am somebody that I have my vision board. I already talked to my 50-year-old Andresa. So I set up very high goals to me. So you might be thinking, what the hell you're talking about? Setting up micro actions, micro goals. Can barely talk. I'm not lowering the bar. I am just setting myself for success. And I am telling you, when you complete those micro steps in a daily basis, your brain knows that you are making progress. Therefore, you feel good, energized, and you get confidence out of it because you are not procrastinating, you are not stuck, and you are moving forward towards your goals. So you feel that you're making progress and you're not in that limbo mindset. So keep that in mind. And you might be thinking, give me an example of a micro goal, right? Because for all of us overachievers, a micro goal might be, okay, I'm not going to buy 150 unit. Okay, I'm just going to buy a 50 unit, right? That's not what I'm talking about. I am talking about a tiny micro goal. And that's my example to you. So let's say your goal is to purchase, I'm using the example of 150 unit. It might be like you want to buy a single family house. That might be your goal, and there's nothing wrong with that. So think about that goal. What can you do today, not tomorrow, not next week, today, in order for you to move forward? It might be one phone call. It might be ordering a book about raising profit money, right? On Amazon. The goal, the key here is that you're setting up a micro goal that is so tiny, that is freaking ridiculous. You might say, this is ridiculous, Andresa. I can do it like in a freaking minute. Yes. So that's how you know it's a micro goal. You can set up a micro goal of like, listen, today, see that book that is sitting down on your desk, on your nightstand forever about syndication? You're going to read one page, not 10, one. They're like, it's impossible for me to only read one page. Yep. Right. That is a micro step. And when you start training your brain to do micro steps that are intentionally moving you towards your goal, your brain is just going to release that sensation that is going to say, yeah, maybe you should read a little bit more. Where tomorrow you get the courage to call one broker, not 10. Call one. Screw up that call. It was like, oh shit, that was a shitty call because I didn't ask this or that. Great. That's great. But you did broke the ceiling and you're no longer in that limbo. So I'm going to just repeat. Understand what is stuck for you. Number 2, how does your body understands that and tells you it is? Number 3, the myth. It does not need to be a big thing. It's a myth. You get the same sensation. Number 4 is the micro tiny steps. And number 5, an example that I gave it to you guys. How do I know it's a micro step? Because it's so freaking ridiculous that you can do it in a minute. Yeah. I hope this is helpful for you guys. And I want to see you guys all sharing with us. What are you doing in order to move you forward?
It's huge. It's absolutely huge. And I think the key with those micro goals, somewhere along the way in conditioning, I think you hear like, big audacious, what is it called? The big, hairy, audacious goal, whatever it is. I'm so bad with screwing up the way things are supposed to be. But you're led to believe, and I'm not saying not to have big goals, but then, really crunching it down into manageable micro goals is how you actually feel good. And the more you feel good, the more you want to do around that goal. The more you beat yourself up, like I didn't get that done. Matt and I really want to buy a vacation rental. That's something we really want to do at some point. And there's a house for sale on my parents' street. And I'm like, I don't have time to like source the whole community right now, right?
Yeah.
I got a lot on my plate. But we were up there. It was to maximize our time. We saw 2 lots. I wrote the 2 addresses down. Can I send those 2 lots to the realtor we met? Literally took me 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that. It made me feel good. Now, does that mean anything's going to come of it? I don't know, but it's manageable. It was 5 minutes of my time. And I said, okay, good, Liz, you did something, one little thing that will move me towards a greater goal. And that's all we can do. So I love what you're saying.
Awesome. So this is it for today. And I hope you take this first mini-sode of 2021 as an inspiration for you to set up huge goals. But don't forget about the micro ones that will move you towards achieving your big goal.
And if you haven't done all of your goal setting, we recorded another mini-sode back in December about how to create that best year of your life. So listen to this one again, listen to that one from December, and have an amazing year. Thanks for being on this journey with us.
Bye. If you enjoyed this podcast and want to receive updates on our next interviews, go to our website, therealestateinvestor.com. There, you can subscribe to our show, become part of our investor community, and get updates on upcoming episodes.
If you like our show, please share it with other women who would benefit. And don't forget to leave us a rating on iTunes. We'd really appreciate it. And as always, we encourage you to take one action as a result of today's show and put it into motion so you can live both a financially free and balanced life. Thanks for spending time with us.
Ciao.